Take two. Greetings all. Here we are for another late night live stream. Another day where things just slipped away from me a little bit, and could have sworn it was like 8:30 and it was 10:30, so I was like, uh-oh. So to keep my streak alive, we're on day 15 in a row, so getting there. This afternoon, I was participating in another group, another community online, doing some crafting stuff. And usually I'm working during their streams. And once a month, they do a day where everybody just kind of hangs out and does whatever they want to work on. So I played around with the airbrush again today and got it to kind of work. I still don't exactly have it working right, but I'm going to work on that a bit more tonight. I went and did a bit more research, aka watched more YouTube videos. And so we're going to on the right camera even. And it's been a long day. So, hey there, non-fam, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in again. So tonight I'm just going to play around with the airbrush a little bit more and see if I learned anything in my brief research period tonight for the last couple hours. Another YouTube rabbit hole. So this afternoon let's switch to that camera. This afternoon I started out by just doing a base coat on this guy. This is KS Cortec, Chelsea's gargoyle model that she did recently. And Michael Daniels, wow. Thanks for stopping in, sir. I know this is your childhood, man. College rock. You know, number 9. 3, it's a magic number. I'm just a bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Okay, there goes all the... I'm not monetized, so I can get copyright struck all I want. Walmart, man. Best you can buy. Saw it in Walmart, actually, in Niagara Falls, New York. One day and went, I gotta have that. So, and today it's the shirt that I don't mind getting paint on. Sorry. So today I took this and... Hey there, SB. Thanks for stopping in. Not streaming tonight? And I realized that I forgot. I haven't located the plug that I kept for the top of his head. It must be back in the resin room still. But anyway, it took a long time to get this guy coated with one coat of gray primer because I just struggled with airbrushes, both of them this afternoon again. So I took them all out and ghost hunting. Ghost hunting. I'll have to ask you more about that later. So, anyways, I did this, and it took probably the better part of an hour to get the guns working enough to get enough paint on that to cover it. It did a pretty good job. There's a couple spots I missed. It's really hard to get down into the nooks and crannies and stuff on these. But, you know, it started out as transparent red, and it's all covered in gray now. But before I add more paint to that, I have to get better at doing this stuff. So then after that, I, again, watched a video of a guy painting some fishing lures, and I used to fish a lot when I was younger. And so after I resin printed these, I don't know if you can see the big scar on his side there. That's where the paint just came off today. I laid it down, picked it up, and the paint got stuck to the cardboard. Yeah, you learn. I learned a fair amount today. So, but I just wanted to practice some, and there's 2 different greens on here because I did like the first one, and then I put some black on his back, and then of course finished with some orange on his gut, and then I did them all the same. The original plan was to actually make these into lures, but I also learned that I have to be more careful when I print things that have to go together because there's a lot of gaps. You can see the gap. It doesn't fit together right. None of the two halves did really. But I even did the little tiny one that I really want to try out. But it doesn't fit together, so I'm gonna have to reprint. And I'll probably just print them solid for all it matters. Put a hole in them and then fill it up. So that's the plan with those. So tonight we're gonna sacrifice this guy. I believe this is another Chelsea model actually. It's not a very good print. I didn't get the overhangs right. There's lots of stuff here, but for what I'm gonna do to him, it's nothing compared to what I'm gonna try and make him look like. So I'm just gonna put some more paint in and do some more practicing and see where it gets to and see if it works any better. Get the keyboard out of the way because I kind of shouldn't need that anymore for quite a while. Sorry, it's another late night. I really got to work better getting on these things earlier. On the weekend, we're going to build a printer one of the days. I don't know which day yet, but one of them will build a printer. So, put those out. Get the other gun first, because it seems to be my better friend at this stuff so far. Wow, that needle's still not looking good. The rubbing compound last night and tried to clean it up, but I need some super mega fine sandpaper, so hopefully Amazon or the local Canadian Tire hardware store will have some that will do the job. These are all under lockdown. It'll be curbside only. I'm okay with that. Curbside pickup makes me feel rich and special. All right. I think the hair's still on. Yep. I also learned that I should crank up the pressure some more. We're going to do that to start and see if that helps. We're just over 30 psi, almost 35 maybe. Oh yeah, that'll work. So, and I also learned that mixing (50-50) with this stuff should help. Let's just reduce or thin the paint. We're just going to do it by eye. I can't count that many drops. So I got a whole bunch of that in there. Luckily, it's not leaking out. What color should we paint him? It doesn't really matter. Let's use blue. Just so we can see when we're covering the red. I learned that my paint might be too thick, so we're going to thin it right out. That. Put the lid on because this is going to get violent. I can feel it bubbling in there. Oh. Can you see it like a whale doing the blowhole thing? And then the paint's nicely stirred up and bubbled. And I got some on top of my fingers, so that means we're doing something right. If we're making a mess, it's got to be good, right? Is the music playing all right again? I hope that the settings were exactly as they were last time. The stuff I painted out of the way. Overspray it too badly. I also printed one of the little marshmallow men. Tried to give him a coat and then realized that he needs some filler on him. He's got some, you probably can't see it, but he's got some zits on his butt that we'll have to fix. Sounds good to you? Okay, good. Thank you. Ding, we're off. Put the backpack on this thing so it looks like it's a professional airbrush. The $20, $30 special that it really is. Okay. See that all right? The thing I have to practice is pulling back for paint, and then leaving the air going enough to blow the residual paint out at the end so it doesn't end up sitting there and cooling and drying. That's one of the things I was doing wrong this afternoon. There, paint. There. Just air also helps dry the last layer. Like right now, I'm just basically pushing air on it, and it helps to dry it. So it's gonna be a blue platypus, or he'll be another color totally by the time I'm done. Some air, bring in a bit of paint. And then back to just air. Just like that. Yeah, it looks like a better blue on the screen here than it is in real life, but I'm okay with that. If it looks better than it really is, I like that. Just straight blue, no. I did a too heavy spot there, but I'll just blow it a bit and it just dries it right out. Hear it sputtering even though I have earphones in, which I'm not sure why I have exactly, but MJ, how are you tonight? Glad you made it again. If anybody wants to pop in and be on screen, just drop a comment in the chat and we'll find a way to send you a link. How's that sound? You can tell me what I'm doing wrong. Time to make more. just says click the link in the comments. If you want to jump in, let me know. It's easy. Anybody's welcome. It's just a web link. Nothing to install on your computer or anything. It's all web based. StreamYard's great that way. I'm I'm sure it comes with time, but I can't guess how much paint I'm going to need for anything yet. They give you this little tiny little cup that seems small, and I'm used to using a rattle can for everything, so. Rattle. Okay. That. Cap on. That looks pretty mixed up. Cartels are my friend for this stuff, that's for sure. Looks good. I feel that covering its beak in too much blue is going to be a mistake. I want to make it orange. Orange. I'll be going to paint his eyes by hand and his little tuft of hair probably by hand. I got way too much paint here now, but okay. this up. Almost good. All over. Second coat. Whoa. Bubbling out. Oh, when did that happen? See that I missed anywhere too bad. Oh, maybe there. Doesn't matter what you think those anyway. All right, let's dry for a few minutes. Give us time to clean this out. Butter. And cold water. There's still lots of paint in there. Do 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 do. Sorry, this isn't really the most exciting stuff tonight. Not really learning much, except, well, I'm learning stuff. I'm learning that what I read earlier seems to have been helpful, so that's good. To a little bit of cleaner in this because I'm going to change to, I'm going to make some, okay, nobody's going to be shocked by this, but I'm going to make some orange. And there it is. That. Gotta make some more of this, some of this stuff. I have all the chemicals I need to make it. It's not super complicated. One of them's got isopropyl, one of them has Windex in it. So lots of both around here. Not that I'm good at cleaning windows at all. It's a Windex. Use it for cleaning the beds on the Pruses. Sometimes I tried it. Yeah. Got a way that works now. So, this is the basic color set. We'll be using some Createx Airbrush color red and yellow for this. And I've already put the hematite beads in here so I can shake them better, mix them up. Does anybody see the green tape? It's here somewhere. It just shut off on me this afternoon. Hair dryer. The custom designed 3D printed end piece, of course. Concentrate the air. Built for another purpose, but it's working fine for this now. I want this good and dry because I'm going to put some masking tape on it to cover the areas I don't want to get spray on. I am far from good enough and controlled enough to do this any other way. That time. This green tape here the other day on this. Where did I move it to? Put some stuff away, but I shouldn't put that away. Put it and just knock it off the other side. It's possible. Send it on the other side. There either. It does roll. Oh well. Guess we'll use the blue stuff. I don't like to use it for that. Nope. Yeah, that's alright. Gosh, there. And that one. Alright. Well, we use some of the blue stuff and we'll use a trick to it. I'm going to take these off for this anyway. I'm trying to do taping with gloves on. Find a roll of green for down here now. Alright, well this is the stickier than I want tape, but hopefully it won't take the paint off. If it does, we'll be doing more touch-up again. So what we'll do is we'll just use the oil on my skin to let it down a notch. It doesn't stick real bad. This is going to be kind of a guesswork thing anyways. I guess we'll find out later how this all works. It's playing anyway. Should probably just paint his beak and everything by hand, but where's the fun in that? That's good. Dang it, tape roll. Figure out how to work on changing the audio feed down here so I can hear the music. Upstairs I can hear it because I use call it loop back on the Mac upstairs to route all the music, and I can tell it to put it to the headset as well. It works great. And then down here I just go straight from the mixer to StreamYard. Just run the music in from that iPad. Same iPad so far. I haven't got another one set up for that yet. But help a little bit if I had some sound and knew what everybody else was listening to. All I have is the sound of the compressor in the next room. looks kind of good enough. As good as I'm going to be able to paint. Throw some more around his tail because we'll do it to the orange as well. At least that's my plan right now. Hoping that by using the torn edges of the tape, it gives enough of a not straight line look. Those will be spraying crooked enough. So get better over time, I hope. All right. Let's just throw some rough stuff around the rest of them. Oh, his feet too. He reminded me I gotta do his feet too. So he's trying to go, hey, Mike, feet too. That part. All right. Okay, let's mix up some good color. Let's get some paint proofers back on. All right, so this, a few more squirts of this stuff. Let's get doing some good color, some orange. So let's get the rest of the cleaner out. Ooh. Squirt cup thing works well because when you spray into the dump bucket over here, it gets real messy real fast. It goes everywhere. You know how I know. All right, throw this in. Not much. And mix up. So it feels like a weird bottle. It's not squishy like the others are. You can really squeeze it to get paint out of it. The other ones are softer sides. That one's be an old bottle, different batch or something, but they all came out of the same kit. Got too much red. So I did with the yellow one. I'm like, oh, these are tough. And then I went and did another color and squirted it like crazy. Messy. You wonder, I knew why, but notice when you see somebody's paint area, it's always got paint everywhere. I think this is why. All right, let's give them some paint and see where we get to. Is that okay? You take a few coats to get on the top of that blue. That was a mistake. Just air now, just to dry it a bit. I got it way too thick there. Okay. Probably should have done a light coat, like a white, to give it some, or even a primer coat. So I found the primer really too thick, and I know it has to be because it's primer, but I found it hard to flow. I watch this with the hair dryer because if it gets too hot, it will start to distort the warp the plastic, warm it up and melt it a bit. I don't want that. We're almost done for tonight anyway. I think we're going to get one more coat of orange on him, and then that's going to be it. Enough fun for tonight. I'll leave him dry until tomorrow. See what he looks like. You see I hit a lighter yellow spot, more yellow spot in the paint. It's not even mixed enough. Kind of too red anyway, but... Chris Barillo, how are you, sir? Thank you for stopping in. Too much airbrush. Can't be. I'm just throwing paint at this because I'm trying to cover dark blue with orange. Didn't plan ahead. I don't know anything about this. So this is, you can see the crappy, I didn't get the supports right on it under his beak there. So he's, times when the bad eye that doesn't work right works against me. I keep trying to adjust it in my head. What have you been printing lately, sir? And what's your favorite print so far? There's a good question for you. Oops, felt that. Touched it. Tape lifted there. Badly. Put more thought into seeing it started out as a red plastic model, red PLA. It could have been easier to cover with orange than painting most of them dark blue before I thought of that. I was just glad the airbrush was working right at that point. Never have too much airbrush. Can get a warm thumb from the hairdryer though. Gotta get more practice at getting these up there when they happen rather than after the fact. What a mess, eh? Look at all that stuff. all that stuff just to take one of Chelsea's platypus model and turn them into a bigger mess by the time I'm done. It wasn't a great print to begin with. It was a test print, I believe. And I think I've had enough fun for tonight. I'll keep these on because I got to do cleanup next, but I won't keep y'all here to watch me do that. And there goes the compressor right on cue. So, thanks everyone for stopping in tonight and watching me fiddle with the airbrush. The good news is I think I've got it sort of working better, thinning the paint out more. Although it's the reason I bought the pre-mixed airbrush paint was because I hoped I wouldn't have to play around with a lot of that, but apparently you still do. And I've got it so that I've got the feel better on it. I got the don't just let up on it. You got to let the air blow it out, just like a normal spray can nozzle. If you let the air blow out the paint, it doesn't clog. It seems like logic once you look at it that way, to me anyway. And I'm not sure what's on tomorrow's agenda, but maybe we'll start getting set up to build a printer on the weekend. Probably the Delta, because I really want to play with the Delta. So I've got one that's never worked, came here broken, and I'll never fix it. Got too many. The guy tried to fix it himself. Got wires going backwards and everything. So anyways, I got a new one in the box that's been sitting here. It's now new old stock because it's been sitting here for probably almost a year. Sometime last year I bought it. And I think that's the goal. Gotta rearrange the desk a bit because it'll be too high. It'll be hitting the camera and the microphone because they're just right there. You can just see the edge of the camera there. Fix that too. Change the angle. So that's about it for tonight. Thank you all for coming out. Remember to stay safe and never let the machines win.